Hello everybody, welcome to Bitcoin Daily, 9 a.m. Central European time on the dollar with Dusha every day, Monday to Friday, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin, altcoins, meme coins, and everything else. Hope you're doing well. Slept well, feeling good, so there's that. Bitcoin is in a rising wedge towards the upside. Of course, this is a bearish wedge. So there is that, but it is holding up very nicely so far up here, especially up here at the top. So if you look at the small time frames up here, it's not dumping just yet, but it's doing this, these two, what I like to call these mountains before the move towards the downside. Still, there is a hopium right now that for whatever reason we're gonna pump up to something like 85k over here before we actually go towards the downside. But this downside move can just come over here as well. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. Bitcoin does look indeed, in fact, a little bit sketchy. Ethereum is down by 1%. It's already doing these two mountains up here. It's already curving towards downside. So we're going to check that out. We're going to look at a little bit of meme coins. Meme coins are pumping today. Elon Musk did, there was a video about Elon Musk and people are, reposting. So, Doge is up like 10% towards upside. Pipi is up 16%, VIF up 18%, Flocky 13%, and then you got these other altcoins like Bonk and Shiba up 7 and 5%. So that is that. So we're gonna check that out as well. Hope everybody's doing well in the chat. Ahmed, how you doing, man? Ape not breaking out of the channel seems like. Yeah, it's not breaking up. It's doing okay, but kind of slow moves. Pepe to the moon. Ahmed. Miles, hi TLA, Jam. Telcon flying, haven't a look at a Telcon in a long while, so no clue what's happening there. Anthony, good morning. I sold my Pepe last night after doing 9x from when I bought it last summer. Crazy and hilarious. Nice, very nice. Last summer, that's that's almost 1 year hodl for 10x. That's nice. I mean, people have been hodling stuff for longer. You're getting not even 100x, sorry, not even 100%, so there is that. The green is gobbling, what's up TLA? We gotta know. JD, Cardano potential about to break out. Soon, close, but Elon is back in his retail soon. Yeah, he's starting to mention Dogecoin, so we know that stuff is actually happening, maybe. We gotta know. Emeka, how you doing, man? What's up with ETH, by the way? ETH is looking sketchy just as Bitcoin is looking sketchy right now. So it is down 1% right now. ETH BTC chart is not looking that good, guys. I mean, this thing is never gonna break towards the upside. I mean, we have had hopium, and it's just not breaking out. I have absolutely no clue what's happening over here, guys. It looks like Bitcoin is just bouncing off of everything. But we still got 3 days left on the weekly candle, so there is that. But even daily candles don't look that good. 2 weeks up here. I mean, there are still these dojis down here being created on the monthly time frame. So maybe next month, maybe around the April, maybe it starts going towards up. Maybe it starts going towards upside. So there is that. Good morning, Rick. What's up? KDI is crazy. What's happening with KDI? I haven't checked it out. It's up 2.8%. I don't know what part is crazy up here. Yesterday it was a little bit crazy. I can agree with that. Yesterday was 16%. Yeah, it's okay. It's still in the channel though. It looks nice though. It's very soon it's gonna go up. Early adopters, XRP legend in the chat. Way on the dollar. Dwelling expertise here as well. There we go. We through the chat. Michael is as well in the chat. How you doing, guys? So what is actually happening? What part is actually sketchy about Bitcoin? Right now Bitcoin is sitting at 0.44%. It is going inside this rising wedge towards upside. Buren is in chat. What's up, man? How you doing? And this rising wedge up here, it does look a little bit sketchy again. Again, sketchy all over the place. If you look at altcoins over here, altcoins are down by 0, 1, 2, 3% towards downside. Beside meme coins, then there is a couple of coins here and there that are a little bit up or something like that. Nothing is actually up that much. Jupiter is up another 4% towards upside. It's actually breaking towards upside towards very nicely. There are other coins up here. LRC is up 15%. No clue what's happening with Loopring. Loopring is actually playing out very nicely. No clue what this thing is, but I do have it on my watch list for whatever reason. So let's go back to Bitcoin over here and check out what's happening in Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame. And the sketchy part up here, number one, is the rising wedge up here that goes towards upside. These rising wedges are bearish by nature. They do tend to break towards downside. The rising wedge is not actually a rising wedge. It's actually a channel. And these channels, you know, right now it looks very, very sketchy. Now, we are in the bull market. So these things, you know, that tend to break towards downside oftentimes don't. And actually they go towards upside. But we cannot say for sure, certain right now that that's going to be the case. It is holding up very nicely up here. It's been going inside this, you know, this zigzag pattern up here and actually broke towards upside over here. Right now it's doing these, you know, these wicks, these mountains over here, as we like to call them. So oftentimes you will see some kind of line and then you will see some kind of price doing the, you know, these double mountains over here, as I like to call them, boobs or whatever you want to call them, right? Boobs, mountains, whatever you want to call them, right? These mountains up here, they are actually very bearish mountains, especially when they are going very steeply towards upside. And you can see up here it's curving. So I think we need to, you know, do some, you know, decent breakup up here to invalidate that pattern. But if it's continues to curve up here, there is a very good chance that we dump again towards outside of the wedge towards the downside. So that part actually looks a little bit sketchy. Beside that, if you look at a monthly time frame over here, let's go to another chart over here. Monthly time frame over here, and look at the indicators down here on the bottom. Let's go in even to another chart up here that we have a little bit more data on. There we go. We are not actually that high on the RSI. The momentum is still rising towards upside very steeply, and this is gonna go all the way until the top. So you know how many months more left we got of this rally, that kind of depends, but it is going very steeply towards upside right now. Yeah, and like we said last time, it always looks like it's very steep, like over here, right? So if you just look at this part over here, it looks very steep, right? And what is it? Let me just change this, and let me do it like this, because you'll see what I mean, right? So it always looks very steep, and you know, nobody believes that, you know, this thing can actually continue going towards upside over here, because, you know, when you look at a chart like this, like, oh man, these look at these cans, man, this looks like these cans over here, it's just way too steep. But then you know, then it continues just going after that, right? After that, you know, over here, that's the part that actually looks very steep. But when it continues up, I mean, you know, after that point up here, it went another, you know, 200% towards upside over here as well after that. So the same thing goes over here. Like over here, it looks very steep towards upside, and you know, people oftentimes don't believe that, you know, this can for whatever reason just continue towards upside. But you can understand that, you know, it can continue towards upside, but because at the end of the rally, you know, it looks something, you know, like this over here, you know, it is just the start. All I'm saying is, just because something looks steep, it does not mean it is steep. All I'm saying, right? Also, if you look at the chart up here, when it comes to indicators on the downside, we got this RSI that's been falling, especially on the 3 monthly time frame up here. You can actually see this very nice lines. Let me find this one over here. So you'll see this RSI line up here. Let me just remove everything from over here. Doesn't matter. This very nice trend line over here. We are not close to the trend line just yet. So, you know, we got time, guys. We got time. And the momentum up here on the 3 monthly is just right now giving us bullish cross. This actually do last for a little while after that actually happens. Monthly time frame right now, just right now, you know, actually that's not right now. I mean, like 3 months ago, actually broke the zero line over here. 4 months ago broke the zero line, and right now it's continuing towards upside. So technically on the big time frames, like, everything looks fine, right? So when we talk about sketchy part on Bitcoin over here, we are not actually talking about you know, any kind of major dump or anything like that, but you know, the pullback can definitely happen. On the other hand, up here, I think if the pullback is gonna come pre-halvening up here, and the halvening is something right now not that far into the future, Bitcoin halvening, it's less than a month. It's less than a month. It's like oh, actually 33 days left. 33 days. So days 14. Oh, okay, I'd say. So almost a month left until the halvening. And you know, I think we can go all the way up to 85 before the halvening. So even though this actually looks sketchy on the, you know, on the small time frames over here right now, and it might seem that there might come some kind of pullback, like you just saw on the bigger time frames, like everything looks fine, right? So we have more room towards upside. We have more of the bull market left, and that's why, you know, stuff is actually looking okay. Now, if you've been going through, you know, the altcoins and looking, you know, how they are playing out on the bigger time frames, on the bigger time frames and what they're actually doing, you will have noticed that on the bigger time frames, what they're actually doing, they're actually doing very nicely. Right now, they're consolidating and breaking out of these, accumulation phases. They are slowly going towards the upside. They're moving out towards the levels that they need to do that actually start pumping. So, they are kind of building up towards this, these bigger moves when retail actually gets here, if the retail ever gets here, because, nothing is for certain in life. And even though we, are waiting for the retail, and there is still, very good reasons why retail should get here, because, the exit liquidity on the altcoins is very, very, very low. So, they do need retail to exit the altcoins markets when it actually pumps. So there is that. So again, Bitcoin looks a little bit sketchy, but nothing actually, overly, difficult or anything like that. Now, this over here, let me go to another chart up here. Let's clean up this chart up here. So this very steep channel up here, very, very steep channel up here, something like this, give or take. Let's say this up here. So if it does dump towards downside over here, if it does go outside of this, falling wedge towards the downside up here, we are looking at the, these bottoms over here at something like, 66K, all the way down here to something like 62K again, down to here towards these bottoms over here, if it does do that. But it is kind of just consolidating up here, right? Just consolidating right now, getting to this very, very nice right now resistance level. So if it manages to break up here towards the upside, there is a very good chance to go something, very higher. And right now I'm looking at 85K. If it does that happen, I mean, 80K is also a psychological level, like, round number, nice round number. It is a psychological level. But the psychological level, the one that's even more important, is actually 90K and not 85K. 85K is actually only the line that we have on the, because of the channel. So over here, you see this bigger channel up here. That's the 86K level. But a psychological level, even though 80 is a very psychological level, there is another level that's actually very, very important. That's 90K. And the reason it's actually 90K is because you'll see down here, this is 16 over here. 16K over here, 15, 16, but the lowest level is 15.4K. So assume you just bought 15.4K. What is a psychological level that you would want to sell when it goes towards upside, right? You will sell at 30K, 45K, 60K, 75K, and 90K, right? So 90K right up here, 90K. That a little bit above that, 90.4K, right up here. That's exactly 500% towards upside. That's also very, very psychological level, because the first people that are bought at 15K, they are looking at these very, very, very interesting levels, and they're thinking like, 500%. 6x towards upside, I'm gonna sell there. So that, that's also another psychological level that people are actually looking at, and might be very, very interesting. Also, when it comes to levels and stuff like that, right now, let me see over here, what kind of market cap does Bitcoin have right now? Coin cap, market cap of Bitcoin right now. Market cap of Bitcoin is $1.4 trillion. 1.42. So the math part of this thing over here, how does the math go? 1.4 times 100 divided by 270, so 30% more towards the upside. So if it goes 30%, we will get 2 trillion market cap, and 30% right now from wherever we are, 30% up here, it's 96, right? So this is a 2 trillion market cap as well. This is a 2 trillion market cap over here, 96 levels. We're gonna put like this over here and say 2 trillion market cap. So if you go to 96K, we'll get 2 trillion market cap. If you go to 92K, what do we say, 92, 93K up here, this over here is 6x from the bottom. And if you go to 85K up here, 85K, channel resistance, and here we also got to the 80K psychological psychological round number. So there are, you know, a couple of levels up here that are very, very interesting right now, but you can see everything, you know, falls between the 80k and right now, you know, 80k and 96k. So, you know, these levels are very, very important. Now, you can also say that, you know, 3 trillion is, you know, 3 trillion market cap is also very, you know, psychological important level. And so for 3 trillion, 4 trillion, 5 trillion, whatever, 10 trillion, right? But you know, all of these fall into the same group right now, the way I see it, you know, psychological level, resistance level, 6x from the bottom and 2 trillion, they are very, very close together. So it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be less than 100 million, but you know, we still have a whole room to go, especially if you do pull back over here towards downside, right? So let's say we go right now outside of this, you know, sketchy rising wedge that we have on a chart. So this is a sketchy rising wedge. Let's assume that we right now go towards upside up here a little bit. Let's say that we go upside up here a little bit before the halving up here, and at one point, you know, eventually also, you know, have some kind of pullback. Eventually have some kind of pullback, right? That means that, so if you go towards upside over here and eventually have some kind of pullback over here, we can still do something like, you know, 50% towards upside up here or something like that. Over here towards stop is 30%. Depends on how much pullback you have. Like over here, if you have a pullback down to 60k again or something like that, you might have a bigger move towards upside. And another 50% towards upside, where actually altcoins might actually perform well. So I do expect some kind, at least some kind of, you know, a small, you know, retrace or something like that before this bigger move up here towards upside eventually comes into play. And during this, you know, this move up here towards top up here, you know, where we get into this distribution box eventually, I think that altcoins might actually perform very, very well. So there is that. But you know, there are definitely, you know, levels above us that are very, very important to keep an eye on. And the sketchy part again, it is sketchy because it's you know, a little bit hard to figure out what's gonna happen next. You know, all I'm saying, I'm trying not to underestimate the bull market, you know, because in bull market everything breaks towards upside, you know, all the time. At the tops, you know, you do sense some kind of weakness up here, but you know, even the chart up here is looking very, very nice. Now if you go to the daily time frame over here, you know, we are creating high highs, we are just pumping towards upside. Let's see up here on the volume part of the chart. Where is the volume up here? The volume is during this last part up here, I've been noticing that it's been going a little bit towards downside over here. I cannot say that's too much or whatnot, but it's been going a little bit towards downside. But you know, it could just be consolidation inside uptrend before we actually break towards upside up here, and then maybe get some kind of exhaustion and then push back towards downside. So that's what I'm looking at Bitcoin. But there is an interesting thing that I actually noticed on the volume, guys, while we are on the volume already right now. Let me show you this over here. What you're gonna see on the volume over here towards downside is this volume looks like stock market volume. Like this didn't look like this before, guys. This is something new, I think. And what you're gonna see here is these grooves down here. They come, you know, every single week, and this is Saturday and you know, Sunday and Saturday. So if you see up here, this is probably Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? So these dips down here, these dips down on the volume on Bitcoin are actually on Binance. This is not on, you know, regular exchange, this is on Binance. But even on Binance right now, you have these dips during the weekends. And over here you have the you know, this is Bybit futures contract, and even over here on Saturday and Sunday you have these dips in volume that are actually happening all the time. So these charts look like, you know, these volume charts. These volume charts looks like, you know, they are dipping every single week towards downside, and I think this is very interesting. And then I checked, you know, Ethereum, and Ethereum has very, very same kind of, you know, pattern up here. You can see these dips during the weekends. Very, very significant dips towards downside. And the only conclusion I can actually draw from this is that right now most of the, and this is on Binance, so the only conclusion I can actually draw from the volume is that right now institutional buyers are all over the place when it comes to Ethereum, Bitcoin. Now if you look at altcoins don't have that kind of those kind of volumes. There are no dips on, you know, that are very significant during the weekends. I mean, there could be a little bit less trading, but you know, most of the time, it, you know, even on the weekends, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday over here, it's pretty high up here, and then goes up Saturday, Sunday up here a little bit less. But you know, it is kind of the same volume all over the place, right? You don't have these very characteristic dips like you have on Ethereum right now, which are you can definitely see the dips on the weekends. And my only conclusion from that is that right now that we have, you know, institutional grade investors that are, you know, trading and buying on Monday to Friday, that are right now using these exchanges big time, and, you know, are, you know, pumping the volume on Monday to Friday. So there is still volume on Saturday and Sunday, but, you know, they are there Monday to Friday forever. ADA is pumping, sir. No, it's not pumping. It's up 2%, man. That's not pumping. That's nothing. When it's up good like 20%, then stuff is pumping. Like, you know, there is that. When it comes to Ethereum up here, Ethereum is also doing a little bit okay, but, you know, even Ethereum looks sketchy. Ethereum also is creating these, you know, these you know, double mounts up here. So and it's been going in a straight line towards upside up here. So you can see up here. Let's find let's find a clean chart up here on Ethereum over here, and let's remove the volume up here. 3-day chart. It is kind of just going in a straight line towards the upside. So let's do it like this over here. It is just literally straight line towards the upside up here. I know where it goes, something like this maybe. Over here, and then it increased in speed over here. It is kind of just going in a one straight line, especially this part over here, like this last part of the channel. There we go. It is just going in a straight line towards the upside without any kind of pullback. So I think there should definitely be some kind of pullback eventually, because this went from, you know, 2 to almost you know, to 4K without any kind of pullbacks, decent pullbacks. Like beside this, you know, 69 dump, when Bitcoin came to 69, beside this dump over here, it just been climbing towards the upside in a straight line. So I think, you know, it would be good for the market if we get any kind of, you know, consolidation pull. I'm not saying pullback like, you know, down pullback, but, you know, consolidation pullback, just, you know, relax the market a little bit. So, you know, and we can then, you know, push the price another, you know, 100% towards the upside or something like that, right? I think that would be very nice if you can actually get that. But it's still in the channel towards the upside, so Ethereum is actually doing fine. It hasn't broken down or anything like that over here. So it is just kind of looking, I mean, it looks sketchy, but, you know, we're in the bull market, stuff is gonna look sketchy. So there is that. That's what's happening in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and of course meme coins right now are doing very well. Pepe is up 15% up here. It's still in this channel towards upside up here. Let me just move this line. It also broke the trend up here. Right now it is breaking these daily highs up here. I'm a little bit unsure, you know, where it's gonna stay there, but it's breaking the daily highs up here towards upside. Dogecoin is up 10%. Dogecoin is also broken, at least it looks like it's breaking this trend line over here. This is actually on the daily time frame, but it's not yet completed just yet, and the daily is not yet closed above the resistance level. So even Pepe up here is up like 15%, but still not closed above the resistance. So this resistance level over here, we have the daily candle, but it's not closed. Dogecoin, a resistance level breaking, we got a daily candles over here, it's not broken yet. Shiba up here, you know, we got a whole bunch of, you know, resistance level, they're not broken just yet. VIF is actually breaking towards upside. Like, VIF is crazy. I think I read that VIF is gonna put VIF logo on the Las Vegas fair, and they managed to, you know, gather together 680,000 or something like that, you know, almost $1 million to put the VIF logo on the sphere. So maybe that's why it's very bullish. Floki up here again, it's not breaking the daily highs up here, it's just coming to those daily highs. So they do look good, and we do have pumps on up here, but nothing is closed just yet over here on the daily time frame, but it does look good so far. So, you know, we're gonna assume it's gonna stick together, because it can definitely, you know, for whatever reason, just, you know, go back down below the resistance level over here. So, you know, meme coins do good, but, you know, we are a little bit unsure what's gonna happen just right now. Check out Hero. I used to be a Bitcoin maxi, but went full degen this cycle. Man, it is wild. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's easy to be Bitcoin maxi because you just hodl. You buy, you stack, you hodl. You know, it is really easy. But I think it's good to be Bitcoin maxi when we are in the bear market, and then you know just let it run, right? And when it comes back, every bear market, just stack, you know, Bitcoin. Be a Bitcoin maxi, Bitcoin, and when stuff goes up, like, you know, you buy everything else. Hasun, Alarm, how you doing, man? Friend of mine to sow some vegetables so you can eat this summer when your meme coin portfolio tanked. Yeah, guys, listen to the beauty, man. Remember to, you know, sow some vegetables. If you need tips, he knows all about it. I gotta ask you, man, did you know, I know you don't like meme coins, but does it have anything to do that maybe before you tried, you know, trading these meme coins and then you got burned and then you know, figured that out and then you started, you know, your gardening business? Just kidding. Everything is good and dandy. How soon? That's nice. If you have another high 72, 76 will be local top, I think, then 50k for a potential bottom. What? You're also thinking like Mladen, 77k. Then around 120, the bull market top, I think. Can you look at ADA? I mean, nothing's happening. Somebody said in chat, it's pumping. It's not pumping, it's 2% up here. Where is ADA up here? It's 2.5% up. It's just consolidating up here. It's consolidating nicely, but you know, there is that. Ladies, you know, the NFTs are down by a bunch. Up there on that, sir. Elon is doing anything with Dogecoin or what? Well, you can use Dogecoin to buy some merchandise, but he's mentioned that he might, you know, allow, you know, to buy Tesla stuff with it, you know. But, you know, the big thing when it comes to Dogecoin is that, you know, you will be able to buy stuff on Twitter with Dogecoin. I think that's going to be a very big thing. So, you know, there is that. What about Wi-Fi? Not so much. So there is that. I just want to mention one thing. Then around 120 for the top bull market, I think. Yeah, so I've been reading a lot on X and seeing a lot of people posting a lot of, you know, high level, you know, numbers on how high the bull market is gonna go and stuff. And I gotta tell you guys, I'm the most bearish guy when it comes to bull market top. I haven't actually anybody see, you know, calling for 85, 90k. So, you know, when it comes to that, I am definitely one of the most bearish guys when it comes to, you know, what kind of top we're gonna see when it comes to bull market. Like you saw just right now, I gave you a couple of levels that are very interesting, at least to me. Over here, right? I mean, 80 to 96 bull market top, like that's very low, right? I mean, nobody's like, man, we're not gonna even break 100k. What's up with that? You know. But you know, I think it's better. Why does this? I think it's better to have some kind of low expectations than have high expectations, right? If you are late in the bull market and you have high expectations, you're gonna get wrecked. That's for sure, right? If you come in at the bull market at 90k, 80, 90k, and you expect to have some kind of insane gains because Bitcoin is gonna go to 200k, you are sure to get wrecked, right? So it is better to have low expectations and then have maybe a higher expectation on altcoins or a realistic expectation on altcoins, and then, you know, play with that. If it goes higher than that, that's good. That's nice, right? So, you know, maybe your target's, you know, 2-3x, but it goes to, you know, 20x. That's fine. But, you know, at least you have a low expectations, right? So low expectations late in the bull market. We are not late in the bull market. Like, we are not even before after halving. But low expectations is better to have than high expectations. So will it be nice to have, you know, like the building says, 120k top bull market? It's gonna be very nice. You know, 200k, why not? 300k, you know, I'm gonna be drinking every single night, you know, for a month's time if that happens, right? On the other hand, yeah, you know, just to not get burned, you know, let's have low expectations. All I'm saying. Captain is in chat. How you doing? What do you think about Pixels coin? I bought Pixels, so, you know, because Ivan Tech was shilling that, so. What's up, Captain? Pepe booming. I'm thinking 90k too. I am not quite sure about 90k. Like it could be 100k. It could be also like 73k.5, and this might be some kind of top. But I would rather, I do wanna be on the side of lower expectation. Why? Because over here in the previous bull bar, my target was 80k. So my target was actually up here, right? This was my target for the last bull market top. We never came to it. It's kind of sucks because you have such a high hopium that you're gonna get that, man, this is gonna be the target, this, you know, it's gonna go, and then you kind of miss it, right? So I don't want to be in that kind of position again. So I was like, you know what, let's put as low target as we can, and you know, that is the target. If it goes higher than that, it's beautiful, it's good and dandy. You know, if it goes up here, very, very nice. You know, it can definitely do that. It can do very high numbers. We also have target 120 and 150k, guys. Just so you know, we also have a couple of targets up here. But, you know, just pick some kind of low. Yes, I have a low expectation all the time to prepare mentally. That's good. Ellen, please tweet more Pepe. Do you think altcoins will double after a halving before a big pullback? Yeah, that's the good question. Like, we still are expecting Bitcoin to go kind of sideways, but it's not going kind of sideways. It's still going towards the upside. You know, we want to see Bitcoin do something like this over here. You know, these kind of, these kind of sideways motion moves. And, you know, I think this would be very good for both altcoins and meme coins and everything like that, right? If we go sideways a little for a little while, I think this is gonna be very, very good if that does happen, right? Because when that happens, you know, altcoins have time to, you know, pump because Bitcoin is not taking all of the liquidity. Meme coins can pump, everything can pump. So, you know, sideways movement, you know, like this over here, this would be, I think, the best case scenario right now if you get some kind of top signals up here for memes to pump before the halving. Yep, same. Saint Ellen, I pray to you. Good. I think we'll have a 25 to 50% correction in mid-2024. That is time to buy. Man, I bought some of that Penji days ago. That crap is flying. Good for you, Captain. What's up? So what else gonna do? Should 90k be? I don't think. I mean, when it comes to top, it's not like you just, you know, hit the 90k and just write it down. I mean, it's not like that. Like we said couple of days ago, something like that, I mentioned that, you know, there is no distribution phase up here, guys. If you look at the, you know, weekly time frame up here, there is no distribution phase, literally no distribution phase up here at this top. And when it comes to distribution phase, you need to have some kind of distribution phase. You know, you need to have some kind of distribution phase, regardless of how big or not that is. You need to have something at the top where, you know, these money can actually cash out, right? So distribution phase is very, very important. And right now there is no distribution phase just yet, so we are not at the top. And when we get to the top, there will be some kind of pattern, something that's gonna tell us that, you know, maybe it's distribution, right? We might check it out big time. Not right now, man. I think we'll have, and by the way, what you want to know about big time, like, whoa, what's up with that? I think you will have a mid 2024 correction, like 21. That one guy from Earth, can you look at, nah. When I get out of this time before everything goes down the drain. I think everybody wants to do that, like, you know, because, you know, people have been here for a while, so, you know, right now everybody knows. Bonk, any hopium. What do you mean any hopium? It's up like 20% right now, 10% today or something like that. It's 6% up right now. What do you mean any hopium? Guys, buy Benji coin, this will pump. Vitalik's kit. I'll get in there before the bull run. Well, everybody who is fan of the TFN stuff got in early, so, you know, there is that. You know, so we've been here for a while, so we were early. We're gonna be here next while, so we are early. On some coins I was, you know, very, very early at the right time. On the other coins I wasn't, but, you know, there is that. I totally missed the AI stuff. You know, there is that. So that's life. That's life. You miss something, you don't miss something. There are like thousands and thousands of coins. But what is important is there are not thousands of, you know, sectors inside the crypto. So you got a AI, you got a meme coins, you got a DeFi, you got metaverse, you got gaming coins, you got real world asset coins, so instead of buying 200 coins, try to at least next time around, this time I think it's a little bit late, but next time around, like, it is important to have if you're gonna diversify, I don't mean diversify in 20 or 50 different coins, but diversify in these sectors, right, based on which you think has more probability and stuff like that, right? So I think sector diversification is good, because then you have every time something that's pumping. If you didn't have Black Swan event in 2020 with COVID, we might have had similar run as this year. Of course, maybe less of a rapage with the ETFs. Maybe, who knows. Anyways, guys, thank you for stopping by. This was Bitcoin Daily. We do this show Monday to Friday, 9 AM Central European time, on the dollar, because we gotta know what's happening in Bitcoin altcoins. Guys, we got a Telegram. We are there every single day. We are there, in bear market, bull market, any kind of market. We also got a public Telegram chat. You are welcome to check that out. You are welcome, guys. You're welcome to join us in our community, because we like the lines. It's not TLA Fans Club, it's TA Fans Club, Technical Analysis Fans Club, because we like the lines. We like the lines. Later. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you around. Bye bye. Take care.